Well, PJ, thank you so much for being here today and doing this interview with me. Why don't you maybe give the viewers a little background on yourself? And I tell you what you told me yesterday, what an impressive background you have.
Well, I did the radio show Preparedness Now, and my stage name was Pam Stegner. My real name is Pamela Arthur. You know me as PJ online. And I was born and raised at Raymore, and I retired here to the Tightwad area, just off 7 Highway in good old Missouri. And I listen to you. I'm in your AO, and thank God for you. But I did a radio show called Preparedness Now for 17 years, every day on the radio. Some days was 7 days a week, 2 hours a day. I was on different stations around Missouri. I was on Worldwide Christian Radio, WWCR, where we broadcasted even into Russia a long time ago. And yeah, that's how old I am.
My
But
goodness. You know
yes,
what?
that's what I did.
How incredible that, and I did not know this till yes or a couple days ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And we have talked several times since that big day, May 19th of 2025, and we have a lot of things in common. We have emergency management, emergency preparedness backgrounds. I was astonished to hear about your background. So let's go ahead and think back to May 19th, 2025. Man, what a day that was. So the Storm Prediction Center actually upgraded most of west central Missouri into that level 4 out of 5 risk for severe weather. Now, I know I had been prepared for a long live stream that day, and I think I've been live since around 1:30 that afternoon. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the moments leading up to where we had a confirmed tornado in your area, PJ, here in southeast Henry County. Really, two areas of rotation right now. One north, directly north of Lowry City, looked like right along 13 Highway, and another one to the right out here in no man's land. That's going to be down here near Fox Run and Nimska Park. But those are very strong winds again. 80. And now it's moving closer to Mount Zion, in between Mount Zion and Brownington. So even though Henry County is not under a tornado warning, from everything that I'm seeing, the way this thing has been handling itself and velocity switching back and forth, if you're Brownington, Mount Zion, Finney, Tightwad, Gaines, even though you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, I would probably go ahead and take my tornado safe spots. With winds that high up above our heads, anything can happen. We do have our weather radio going off. There it is, right there, guys. Tornado warning. Brownington, Mount Zion, Tightwad, Finney, Gaines. It is official now. Leesville. Now, PJ, now you were watching the stream at this
Yes.
time that they just issued the tornado warning for southeast Henry County. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about what was going on at that time, where you were at, what was happening around your household at that time.
Well, I was at home, and I was extra tired that day, and I was going to go to bed early. I was going to go to bed about 7:30, and I thought, well, I know it's stormy out. I know it's not looking great out. So I decided to get on your stream and check it out before I went and got in bed,
Hmm.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
That saved my life.
My
Big
goodness.
time. Oh, yeah. And you were on there and you were talking about it was pretty severe. but there was no tornado. It was just a warning. I say just. There's no such thing as just. I know, but anyway, I was looking at this, and you started talking about it, and you were talking about how it. You showed on the stream how it was like rounded looking. I don't have good language for that, but you weather guys do, and you were saying there's no tornado warning about this. There's no debris field, but you said it's not looking right. You said it's looking like a tornado. Well, we found out later the reason there was no debris in it was because it was in such a rural area. And then you said the famous words, it's 65-mile-an-hour winds at Lowry City. I said, wow, if there's 65-mile-an-hour winds at Lowry, I'm not going to bed, I'm taking cover. And I proceeded to do just that. And thank God I listened to you first and didn't go upstairs to my bedroom, because my bedroom became a debris field.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what the winds were, but it was high velocity that hit my house and made holes in the side of my wall into my bedroom, and I had debris on my bed. I do believe I'd be dead. No doubt about it. I'm still dealing with this at my home months later, and my forest looks like an atom bomb went off.
And you live down in southeast Henry County, is that right?
Well, I actually live real close to southeast Henry County. I live just across the line in Benton County.
Okay.
But my mail used to come out of Tightwad, if that tells you anything.
Sure, the
Not
big
any-
metropolis of Tightwad.
I used to bank at Tightwad. But I do know that I nearly lost my life. But at that point, I got up and unplugged all my electronics, everything I could. And the storm was really kicking up by the time I got my dogs and my boyfriend, and we went down to the basement, and I kept listening to you. And I had 20 minutes in the basement. Thanks to you, I had time to get my car parked parallel to the house. That saved my car. And I also pulled the breaker on my fuse box, turned
wow.
off the main breaker,
Yes.
which was a good thing. And at that point, all I had was my cell phone. Nothing from the national weather. I was checking all that. Nothing. We got nothing from the national weather. And it just progressively got worse and worse, and the wind stronger and stronger. And I started having huge hits to my house. I had roof damage, holes in my roof. I mean, my house took a direct hit, and so did my forest. I ended up with part of my neighbor's roof in my bedroom upstairs. And I was huddled on my basement floor when the National Weather Service came on with a warning 2 minutes before it actually hit.
Oh my goodness.
I would have never have made it. Never have made it.
So let me show the viewers. This was a picture you sent to me, and this is when it really hit home to me, PJ. When you had said that you had been sitting in a chair watching the stream when I gave kind of a pre-warning. Hey, listen, if you're in the path of this storm, you need to take cover. And after you left, and once the storm hit, there was a broken piece of 2x4 that came through the wall and into that chair, and you had sent me a picture on that. And PJ, I've told this story I don't know how many times, and I almost choke up during it, because this is what drives me to do what I do. But let's take a look at that chair.
I'm just so grateful for you. I truly would have been dead.
And that was the 2x4, as you can see, that had broken through the wall and into the brown chair where PJ was at. So that specific picture is what drives me each and every day. PJ, I'm so happy that you were able to watch that stream that night. I'm so happy that I'm able to do this with all my different jobs that I do on day-to-day basis. This is number one, is to
I'm
make
so
sure.
grateful that you were there doing this. I
Well,
would truly be dead. I
Yeah.
would not, there's no way I would have survived that.
Well, and again, this is what motivates me to continue to do what I do. Not only did social media platforms allow me to spread this life-saving information from the National Weather Service, but it also set the path for me to obtain volunteers as well as resources to those affected. We had utility companies, businesses, restaurants, and the public watching the stream that night. With all the combined platforms, we had over 16,000 people watching our live stream that night. What an incredible testimony on how social media platforms combined with the National Weather Service and emergency management, how it can help save lives. PJ, you're living proof.
Well, Subby, if it hadn't have been for you, I truly wouldn't be here. And the tornado sirens did not go off until after the tornado.
And also from an emergency management perspective, the local, I call it local, tightwad sirens, outdoor sirens, they had a dead battery. They did not go off. And until they realized what the issue was. So multiple ways to be able to receive life-saving information, weather radios, live streams from social media influencers, people like myself, as well as going hand in hand with the National Weather Service. This is what we are trying to do, is work together instead of against each other to try to get this life-saving information out.
Well, I'm so glad for you because I don't even think the weather radios were working.
We had a heck of a time last year. There was 4 out of 6 severe events in which the weather radio tower in Shawnee Mound that serviced all of our area was down. Not any fault from the National Weather Service whatsoever, but it really drives home the fact that you have to have multiple means of receiving weather information, and in your case that was life-saving information.
Well, I was literally huddled up on my basement floor with my hands over my head and had the phone on listening to you because there was nobody else.
Yeah.
It was only you. And my phone, it finally got so bad with the weather, it just went completely blank. But I had you till the very moment the tornado hit.
That's incredible. Well, thank you so much, PJ, for being a part of this. Hopefully, we can, our little interview today might help spark and push along this new. I don't know if you want to call it avenue, but this is going to be something that I do believe that it has hit home to a lot of people. And with the National Weather Service, social media influencers, I think, as well as emergency management of every single county in every state, I think if we work together, we're going to be able to save more lives. And that right there is the whole reason why emergency management and myself and the National Weather Service, this is why we do it. We have this strong passion to help save lives. Well, PJ, thanks so much for coming in today, and hopefully we can do this again soon.
Thank you.